Hey there everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic time. Of course, my name is Nightshade, just getting a little bit of casting work done here for IvD Gaming as we jump on in here. And it is going to be a PvP, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to be a fun one. Because up in the top right-hand corner of the map, ladies and gentlemen, I know it says Butterbeans, it is not. It is, ladies and gentlemen, it is Puck. And of course, representing IvD Gaming and our sponsors, MSI, Natfurk, Technic, and CM Storm. Ladies and gentlemen, Puck is very, very happy to be on board with us, and we are happy to have him as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this gameplay of his. We'll see where it's going to go in just a couple of minutes. I've not watched this replay just quite yet, so this is my first time through. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's a fun one. But his opponent up in the top left-hand corner, and ladies and gentlemen, it is Rotterdam. And of course, Root Gaming's logo is spinning away on him because Rotterdam, of course, is a member of Root Gaming and also is a Masters League Protoss himself. So this is not a freebie, and of course, Rotterdam does certainly know the Smurf accounts as I do, and he's asking for mercy this time around. I think they play a couple of games together, and this is released in Puck's replay pack. Check out Puck on Twitch, twitch.tv/Puck. That's with P-U-C-K-K. It's got 2 Ks at the end of it. So, and if you are a subscriber to Puck's channel, he actually releases replay packs, which this is one of them. So, there's many others. He releases about 20 to 30 a day. He's diligent to that, but you must be a subscriber in order to get a hand of these replay packs. Along with many players do that. The Cats does it. In Control does it. Many other players do the same thing. They pretty much bottleneck down on those replays. It's kind of a reward to the subscribers. Now, a little bit of shenanigans here, or no, it looks like just a bit of confusion here in the probe lines here for some strange absurd reason here. As okay, so Butterbeans, rather Puck, has been just trying to do some shenanigans. I think he was trying to get caught here by Rotterdam. Rotterdam are not able to do so, but you can see constant aggression, constant harass here from Puck. Certainly wants to be a little bit of a thorn in Rotterdam's side, but what we do have, of course, is the usual. PvP is pretty much always the same. They're going to open up very defensively. They don't want anything getting caught unawares, and it is going to be gate into cybernetic core. Double gas have been taken, only one of them saturated currently. On Puck's side of the fence, of course, double gas has been taken here. Warp gate has already been started here. Gateways are going down. Double gate so far, and another pylon is going to go down in the back of the base. If you're wondering why all of the structures are always in the back and not up front, it's so that if you are being attacked, your production structures are never actually getting shot at. It's something you do not want. You always want to be able to continue to produce units. And if you're unable to do so, or worse yet, units that are spawning are getting attacked before they even warp in completely, that is certainly something you do not want. So we're going to continue to watch as this play unfolds by Puck. Okay, Stargate play. I was kind of wondering why he's grabbing so much gas. Usually it's either Twilight Council or Stargate in PvP, and Stargate is going to be the abuse of choice, at least for Puck. Now he has the sentry up at the top of the ramp, so he wants to really capitalize on that more than anything, and so the sentry is going to do that work. Stalker is going to be used for scouting purposes. The goal here is not to get the kill, but certainly just to get some scouting. But it is going to realize that Rotterdam has 2 Stalkers of its very own, and is now going to have to run for its life, and slowly but surely they will nibble away at the shields of each other. Now they're both at the exact same speed. There we go, and as they do make turns, they will be able to catch on up. Interesting enough, the units in the back will always catch up the units that are leading for some strange, absurd reason. Don't ask me how it works, but Gateway's going to go down as well. Stargate as well here for Rotterdam. Now, I should point out that Rotterdam's second gate's actually a little bit more delayed than Huck's. Huck, of course, or rather than Puck. I apologize. Excuse me. Puck, at the same time, his head is up, but he's not really utilizing it for a whole lot. Stalker's under fire here. Got to be careful. He is going to section out one of the Stalkers. Certainly very manageable. The other one is going to die very, very quickly indeed. Great play by Puck. He managed to get himself another couple of easy kills. No big deal. And that, I think, will spell it for Rotterdam. He's just going to back right on up. So Puck pretty happy about that, I'm sure. Taking a look over in Rotterdam's base. Phoenixes are now in play. Another one warping in and teleport. Successful. And it's going to be 2 Phoenix versus 1. We know how this goes down. Numbers is always good. And Rotterdam's going to get himself a nice easy kill here. Not something that Puck wants to see, as he is going to crank out this Stargate. And he's not even bothering making additional units out of it. He's just going to sit back idly by. Problem is he has no static defenses on the ground. He doesn't even have a mothership core nearby. So really, he's going to be in a hard place to be able to defend against these two Phoenix. Rather, three of them now. And a fourth one in production here for Rotterdam as he's pushing out on out. Nice playbook out of him. He's going to take care of that one Phoenix, kill this off very, very quickly, gets on back. Now, if he could actually just pick up the two Stalkers, he'd be able to kill them off very, very quickly. Sentry Stalkers are being warped in here. No Zealots. Screw that. Does not want them at all. But also at the same time, Rotterdam looking like he's going to try to put together himself a little bit of an assault force here outside the base of Puck. And Puck is now at the top of his ramp, trying to establish his nexus. It's certainly something you can do on Habitation Station. That nexus is very, very narrow, or rather the ramp is very narrow, leading up and into the natural of Puck's base. But Phoenix kind of ignore those problems, and they're going to head straight for the mineral lines here. Going to catch themselves two workers and a mothership core if she's not careful. And she is dead as nails, and yet another Phoenix is going to arrive. Going to catch himself one sentry and now a Stalker. And I think realizing that maybe not the best engagement he wants to do against so many units that can actually shoot into the sky here. But he's got another warping of units on the low ground here. And the army supplies are still very, very close. Rotterdam with a slight edge, 28 to 26. But those Phoenix will be a huge composition boost. Because if he just picks up all of the units, then the units on the ground can basically do whatever they want. And there's very, very little that Puck will be able to do about it. Rotterdam looking like he's in a very, very commanding position. But something that he needs to be aware of is the fact that that Puck has been on this natural now and is starting to mine from it. And as this goes on and on, he will have an economic advantage going into the mid game here. But again, as you can see though, that Puck is being very, very careful. He doesn't want to overcommit into probe production here because he, of course, has to contend with the fact that right now his economy is getting killed up a little bit. A couple more workers are going to get slaughtered here by the Phoenixes of Rotterdam. Nice guerrilla tactics. Hit and run, backing in, backing on out, dodging left and right, and every which way. And, well, to be perfectly frank, ladies and gentlemen, Puck is playing very defensively. He knows that he can't really move on out, but he's got to be very careful as well. Now, he does have a couple of good amount of force fields here, but as you can see, he's just quickly poking, and then he's going to have to contend with the fact that Rotterdam is going to go for some more probe kills. And out he goes. Two more kills and two more probes dead, and unfortunately for Puck, he's just going to have to contend with that. Now, Rotterdam does recognize the fact that Puck is on 2 base right now and is going to have to expand on out to his second as well. And precisely the good option he's going to do. Now, he's going to use these Phoenix as much as he can to try to get some additional shots in where he can. Try to keep Puck, well, somewhat defensive, for lack of better terms. But as we do follow, these Phoenix, of course, follow does not work on this particular version of StarCraft. A little bit of a hiccup there, I do apologize. Phoenix are going to fly all the way back, and as you can see, I'm maybe not as steady as the Steadicam, but I'm trying to stay on top of it. Phoenix are going to fly all the way in, but Stalkers are going to be there to say hello. 2 of the Phoenix are going to die, but not without killing off, I think, 1 or 2 of those probes. And then, meanwhile, those Phoenix are going to head back down. But Blink has been used, so that is going to at least reveal that level of tech that Puck certainly has. But I think that is going to persuade Rotterdam to discontinue this attack. Now, Puck is still matching army supply, 38 to 40, in the favor of actually Rotterdam right now. And Puck is going to just head on back up to his ramp and just kind of chill out for a little while. Nothing wrong with chilling out. He's going to use his sentries here. I think to help on out, it's going to use the Guardian Shield. Try to defer some action. Of course, doesn't work against air units, but either way, Stalkers are going to head on down here. There's, I think, is there a Stalker, 1 or 2? No, nothing up here. Robo's going to go down as well. Puck certainly recognizing that this is not going to go on forever, and certainly he notices that the Phoenix numbers have not climbed. So he knows that going into the mid to late game, he's going to actually have to be cognizant of what units he's going to need for that. So that Robo is going to give him those units that with which he is looking for. I should point out that Stargate has been basically left untouched, and very unfortunate. I think he's also realized that any units he puts in the sky, unfortunately, are going to just get shot out of it by those Phoenix of Rotterdam. Rotterdam, on the flip side, has got 3 Immortals of his own. That is a lot of freaking Immortals here. And he's just cranking in more units, but Rotterdam's macro has just been right on point. Now, he has lost that proxy pylon that was in front of Puck's base right about here. But he still has this one over here up on the high ground here. And certainly Puck does not know about that. But he is going to go hunt for it. I think he's going to, in fact, catch it right around now. No, he did know about that. I do apologize. And so he's going to head on out. That is going to get spotted here by Rotterdam. It might have been spotted. I'm not sure. Very briefly, if at that. And this force is... Well, it's heading all the way down here, interestingly enough. But it did not catch this pylon on the way there. Once it does so, that would be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, you can see immediately Rotterdam recognizing this engagement down at the bottom of the map is going to mean, hey, you know what, let's go see if we can kill some probes. And in he goes, try to catch a couple more, and then back on out. And again, trying to keep Puck's economy nice and low. He's still only at 47, 49 workers. Imagine where Puck would be if he had the 20 that he has already lost so far in the game. So Rotterdam playing really, really well here. Puck having his hands full, but biding his time. Certainly not losing any valuable units. We do take a look at resources lost at. It's breakneck even right now. Actually, I stand corrected. Puck is on the losing side by about 500 resources. So combination of gas and whatnot. Again, more workers are going to get picked on up here, but Stalkers have arrived here to try to shoo them away, and indeed they will, but not without another couple of kills going down here. And Sentries ain't going to even get a shot off. I like seeing that. Pretty darn good. Upgrades are going to go down as well. Big freaking laser beams for Rotterdam. Wow, it's like Rotterdam is right on his point when it comes to his macro right now. +1 weapons is also going to finish actually earlier than Puck's. So Puck's a little bit behind on his upgrades, unfortunately. And it's not going to affect him hugely as long as he's got units with which to work with. He does have 2 Immortals. I should point out, as far as army composition size goes right now, Rotterdam's is ballooning very, very nicely out of control, as it is now up in the 87 army supply to 63. He has 2 Colossus, a good number of Immortals as well, so he's got to make something happen. He's got to make it happen now. He's already started his +2 upgrades as well. He does have High Templar available, but just checking on the upgrade side of things, he does not have Storm just quite yet, so it's going to be of no real benefit there. Hallucinated Phoenix is just going to quickly get scouted here by the other legit Phoenixes here that are going to fly on down. But if we do take a look over at Puck's base, you know, you can see that army spy. Just very visually, you can see the difference between these units and the composition and how many units are actually physically there. We of course do know that there are Stalkers up at the top of the ramp here. Stalkers are a pretty good unit. But we do take a look at the very, very large force towering over top, of course, is the Colossus and even a Mothership Core. A good number of Immortals, like I'd mentioned earlier. There are 4 of them, so very difficult thing to kill, to say the least, but it has been scouted. In fact, actually, there are now Phoenix in the mix here as well, so you can see that Puck, I think, recognizes that he's a bit behind on the army supply side of things. Maybe doesn't want to engage in this just quite yet. He has his +2 started as well. Is he chrono boosting his, though? Yes, he is. Or no, I stand corrected. He's chrono boosting out the Colossus. However, Phoenix have arrived here to do a little bit more economic damage, but this time around there is a photon cannon here to try to dissuade this from occurring. Unfortunately, not quite enough before some of these probes are going to die, unfortunately. But Stalkers are going to again try to continue to shoot away these units, but they only take shield damage from the Stalkers themselves. But Puck is expanding on out to his 3rd. Taking a look at things, though, Rotterdam has already done so. Is now starting to saturate on up. 2 workers on the 1 gas, 3 on the other, 15 on the mineral piles will tell us quite a bit of information. Is that his economy is going to be just a screaming, blistering fast. And this is not something that Puck wants. He's going to lose, I think, 1 or 2 Stalkers there as the... Unfortunately, as the Phoenix are going to pick them up, and the big freaking laser beams are going to rip the other 2 apart. Yeah, and that'll pretty much do it at this particular point for those Stalkers. They're dead as nails. This is getting scarier and scarier as time goes by, as this gap is starting to get bigger and bigger. And you can see that Puck is trying to stay on this Colossus deck. His +2 is going to finish up in about 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and done. And so +2 for both of these players. Which one is going to opt to get armor? Okay, it looks like Rotterdam is going to be the first guy to do that. Now Archons are being morphed in by both players here. Both players actually just with 1 so far. So just take a look at the units tab. Now it looks like it's going to be an engagement up on the high ground here. Some Zealots are going to get popped here. Time Warp's going to go down here defensively for Rotterdam, as well as a couple of good force fields here also. And actually I think the force fields were from Puck, trying to bracket out the units of Rotterdam so that he can actually get some kills to even up the score a little bit. But Rotterdam is still ahead in army supply, 125 to 114. He's still got 20 more in the ceiling before he is actually supply capped by the game limit of 200. So we'll see. We'll see how this pans out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm taking a look here. Great positioning all in all for Puck. He wants to protect that third and give himself a bit of a buffer rim to be able to back on up, but also be able to be the aggressor. But most importantly, he wants to take that high ground advantage. Does not want to advance into army into chokes, and this map's got nothing but lots of them. Now he is going to advance out on this open area right here, which is actually pretty good for any kind of engagement for both teams. But you want to always take advantage of chokes as a Protoss player, because if you can bottleneck a player into a choke and then surround him on it, you're going to be in absolutely fantastic position. Much like this, actually, that is the choke here. It's just, you can see actually not able to get in there, and he's actually just going to warp all the way back to his units here and then engage the zealots that were trying to kill off some more workers, and actually I think they did. Yeah, they looks like they caught about another 10 or 11, so unfortunately some more probes are going to get slaughtered here, and they do catch one of the pylons. There are more. There's, of course, higher ones as well as even further back, and yet even further back. So you can see Rotterdam trying to employ every harassment strategy in the book. And in fact, it is advancing zealots here up and into the natural. He's got more working his way over towards that third. Puck is going to have to contend with both if he's planning on staying in this game for any extended period of time. But Puck in a lot of trouble here. Economically, he's just been getting thrashed one way or the other. There is going to be an engagement. Those they are going to die up there at the top of the ramp here, but you can see now Puck is a little bit contained here at the top of the ramp here, and an oddly placed time warp is going to go down here. The zealots on the bottom of the ramp are going to get cleaned up by Puck, so that threat is gone. But now it's what can you kill from the ramp, and this is the amazing concave that I was talking about a little bit earlier. Colossus is on the right, arguably trying to do as much damage as they can. Venus is getting many a free shot off, and Puck in a lot of trouble here, and Puck is going to GG, and Rotterdam is going to be victorious. Guys and girls, check out Puck and Rotterdam, of course. Rotterdam can be found at rootgaming.com, but also check out Puck at ivdgaming.com, as well as ivdgaming.tv.